the difference between this and this? Obviously, it's finger tricks, and that was really exaggerated, but finger tricks can really help your algorithms to be faster. Now, it's important to learn these finger tricks in context. Well, what do I mean by that? I simply mean that when you learn a finger trick such as this, that you also learn an algorithm that goes along with it, so that you can actively be using it and that you won't forget it. Now, everything that I show you in this video can be mirrored, so if I do it with the right hand, just know that it's the exact same thing with the left hand, and that you should be able to do finger tricks with both hands. Let's start with the simplest finger trick, the R and L moves. Just do them with your wrist, and whenever you do one in F2L, you'll always come back down and end in home grip. Home grip is where you have both of your thumbs in the front and are ready to do R and U moves. For U moves, you can flick like this, push like this, pull like this, and you can also pinch when doing algorithms, and you need to do RU, R prime, like this. Example of when you can use this finger trick in F12 is with this case. It goes like this. And now to pair them up and put them in, we can use that pinch finger trick right here. Pinch, and back down in. To do a U2 flick, use your index and middle fingers and flick the top layer twice. To do a normal F move, put your pinky under the S layer so it doesn't come with it like that. Put your pinky under the S layer and then pinch down using your index finger, like that. To do an F prime, just use your thumb and pull like this. To do a D move, use your ring finger to push, flick, and do a D2 with your ring finger and middle finger like this. One example of how this finger trick can be useful is in cross. Generally, you want to avoid B moves, but when you have to do them, re-grip and push like this or flick like this. If you're doing B moves during cross and you have the right layer open or the left layer, you can move the right layer, do the B move, and then move the right layer back. Here's one example of how you can use this in cross. So we set up blue like that, move orange over, insert blue, and then we have red and green. So we move green over, and then we can do that special move we talked about, where we do to insert green into the back, R, B2, R2. For M moves, you can use your ring finger to flick and push. To do an M2, use your ring and your middle finger, like this. One example of how you could use this in an algorithm is H prime, which goes like this. Now we're getting to some more advanced finger tricks. Let's start with the U2, and forgive me for my pronunciation, I have no clue how to say that. The Eido U2 with just one finger. This is for when you only have one finger accessible and you need to do a U2 for whatever reason, but mostly for AUF. The way you do this is by starting with a flick and then ending off the push to get it all the way around. You have the R2 roll, where you start an R and then you finish it off by pushing like that. Example of where you can use this is in this G prime, right here. Now for big cubes, you should use mainly the same finger tricks, but when you are doing free slice and you need to move a middle layer, instead of using a slice move like this, you should use two U moves that cancel out to make a slice move. It can also be used for M slices if your finger keeps on hitting the edges of pieces. One more note for big cubes is that when you want to do a insert with RUR prime, you should generally do a push move instead of a pinch or whatever else you would do. Our final finger trick is the U drag, which goes like this, and it's generally used in AUF. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go share this with somebody who has bad finger tricks. Like below and subscribe for more.